The Victory Shield of 2023. We have Scotland and Northern Ireland head-to-head for you today. A noon kickoff for this fixture. Scotland having lost narrowly to the Republic of Ireland in their first game. Northern Ireland drew 1-1 with Wales. The players are lined up and ready to hear the respective national anthems, which is all a wonderful part of this experience of international football for these starlets. And if the first games are anything to go by, then we are in for an absolute treat. We had some excellent football, well taken goals, top quality goalkeeping, played in the right spirits. We have one game at midday and then the other between Wales and the Republic of Ireland comes up later at 6 p.m, but we're just lining things up here at Flint Town FC for the national anthems, and we can hear those very shortly. In the meantime, let's look at the early table with one game played so far. Everyone plays everyone else. And here are the anthems. Good to hear those two fantastic anthems, Loud and Proud Flower of Scotland, and God Save the King for Britain and Northern Ireland. So who will get the job done in this one? Victory Shield 2023, the second of three matches for both of these countries, live from Flint Town FC. Jack Woodward talking you through the action live on YouTube. Great to have your company wherever you're watching the game. Another look at the table then. The Republic of Ireland, the holders, won their first game against the Scots. They're top after one match played. Northern Ireland and Wales on 1 point. Scotland yet to get off the mark, with Wales taking on Republic of Ireland in a 6 o'clock kickoff, which we'll be showing you later on. Both sets of teams ready to go. Here's the Scotland team. Alistair Graham in goal. Jack Barr, Lewis Carroll, Jacob Donnelly, the skipper, Xander McAllister, Oliver Goodbrown, Fletcher Boyd, Marcus Syme. In fact, that's the last game. I do apologise. Quick work on the graphics there. Today's players often, most of them getting a chance actually, having been on the bench. Cameron Patton in goal. Cameron Williams, Ewan Glasgow, Ezekiel Malif, Xander McAllister, Cole Burke, Alexander Smith, Hayden Borland, Aidan McCallion, Jamie Hislop, and Jack Caldwell. The head coach is James Grady, so they've made multiple changes, as have Northern Ireland. Zach Robinson in goal. The rest of their team: Jayden Charnley, Harry Moran, Callum Anderson, Jack Faluna, Matthew Burns, Christian Coyle, Chris Atherton, Callum Thompson, Scott Hamilton, and Aaron KC. The head coach is Chris Lindsay, assisted by Andy Waterworth. The benches: Scotland, Alistair Graham, Jack Barr, Lewis Carroll, Jacob Donnelly, Oliver Goodbrown, Fletcher Boyd, Marcus Syme, Taylor Hogarth, and Joseph Teasdale. For the Irish, Milo Beamer's the keeper, Alex Watson, Darren McCann, Noah McDonnell, Callum Leacock, Troy Savage, Glenn McCourt, Teague O'Neill, George Feeney, who scored in the first game, Harry Allen, and Sydney Eldred. We are underway at Flint Town FC. Excellent playing surface, decent conditions, certainly much better than we had on Monday, and hoping to make a fast start are the Scots in Victory Shield 2023. Throw-in taken, and certainly will have the desire to make an impact. Jack Caldwell down the right. It's with Jack Faluna, who represents Our Lady in St Patrick's and Glentoran. We did have early goals in the games on Monday. Will the same happen here? Scotland were behind in the 3rd minute, but they'll be desperate to get their first points of the campaign, trying to string a few early passes together, but good tenacity from Aaron KC of Northern Ireland. He plays for Foyle College and Derry City, getting his chance from the start, and very refreshing to see the respective head coaches give the opportunities to many who were on the bench, or starting on the bench 2 days ago. It's fairly intense, the action coming Monday, Wednesday and Saturday with the final games, but plenty of passion and desire already, as they're looking just to feel each other out and feel the touch of the ball on the boots. Couldn't quite find the angle for Callum Thompson. A committed challenge coming in from Scott Hamilton there of Northern Ireland. Nice to see the teams in the traditional colours. Could we have an early chance for Malif? No, just strayed offside. Ezekiel Malif of Celtic, and he concedes the free kick. Nice to see the sunshine, and many thanks to Flint Town FC for hosting this fixture. Good chance to showcase this young international talent. Neither team's been able to string too many meaningful passes together. That could change here with a purposeful run by Christian Coyle, the Irish number 10 of Swords Community College, County Dublin and Bohemians. Northern Ireland, who led for so long wearing yellow the other night against Wales, but then in the end were probably quite grateful for a point. They conceded a late equaliser, and then Wales had further chances to get a winner. It was a fascinating contest, and they're clearly looking to go hard from the outset once again. And they've got into the opposing penalty area, but emerging with the ball, the Scots. Linesman flagging in the luminous yellow and orange checked flag. The officials today, by the way, George Eaton, the referee, is linesman Tom Fox and Jacob Graham. The fourth official is Tom Swift. 4 minutes gone in this second match for both teams in the Victory Shield of 2023. Remember, 3 points for a win and 1 for a draw. No bonus points for penalty shootouts this time around, and both games kick off at the same time on Saturday, just after 11, Remembrance Day. 5th minute, neither keeper tested so far. Haven't seen an abundance of goals yet in the games. We've seen everything else though. They've been open, enterprising, positive mindsets from both teams, and this is a good little bit of footwork from Jamie Hislop, plays for Ayr United, and Williams of Liverpool on the left. Now the block comes in, it's a firm block as well from Faluna, getting involved, showing his application and commitment for the cause. Past the 5 minute mark, 0-0. A little chip by Glasgow, of Heart of Midlothian. Watchful and alert was Harry Moran, who's of Ormskirk School, Lancashire and Liverpool. All those clubs and schools represented well. Good to see the fans and family in the stand opposite from our camera point at the Essity Stadium, Flint Town FC. Both teams working very hard off the ball, not allowing their opponents to settle into any sort of rhythm so far. Glasgow for Caldwell, and they've worked this one pretty swiftly. Hislop. McAllister tries to get there. Good to hear the words of wisdom coming from the touchlines, trying to get the messages over to the players. Classy defending, brought that one down nicely to Glasgow. Clearly comfortable on the ball. The Irish skipper picks out the pass for Thompson. Thompson continues his run. Now it's at the feet of Burns. Matthew Burns, who had a good game on Monday as well. Oh, that's a good idea from Faluna. Didn't quite execute it. Had the angle, just too much pace on the pass. 8th minute, 0-0. Keenly contested so far. We've got the enthusiasm and energy, hope and optimism of youth. They're not only youthful, they're also useful, as we've seen. Good technically accomplished squads at the Victory Shield of 2023. Remember, it's the Republic of Ireland who are the holders, who won their first game against the Scots, playing tonight. These two hoping to really make their mark in the competition. Northern Ireland were exasperated really not to get the maximum, having led for so long against Wales. Malif, the number 7, couldn't latch on to that one. Cameron Williams denied in his attacking intent. He's going to take the throw in just over that halfway line as the team in blue and white try and assert themselves. Who's going to have the first real chance of the game, I wonder? Maybe Scotland can do some damage here. Malief is in the middle, and will it be bundled in? No. It's resolute defending, and it had to be. Williams has been prominent so far. His effort is deflected and clawed away. It's fine goalkeeping there, and it had to be. So close to the opener for Scotland, but that is really good stuff from Zach Robinson, who keeps his team level, flinging himself low to his left. The effort took a deflection. It was destined for the corner, but Robinson had other ideas, and we did wonder who the first opportunity would fall to. It went to Scotland, but Robinson with a magnificent, alert, agile piece of shot stopping. Didn't clear it properly. And it was a good little run-in shot from the edge of the box, deviated off the defender, and that made it an even more special save with Jayden Charnley, the captain and defender, watching on. He'll be very pleased with his keeper's efforts there. Just in case you missed them, we'll be bringing you highlights of the first two matches that were played on Monday at half-time, along with an interview with Noah McDonnell, the Northern Ireland player who's actually on the bench for this one. He was talking before the tournament about dreams being realised playing for his country in this competition, and he put in a very good shift from the start alongside Callum Leacock. But different players. Charnley at the heart of defence this time. This is a good bit of play by Anderson. Anderson chasing it down. Come on, you two, is the cry from the technical area. It's a searching centre, and it's Northern Ireland's chance to apply some pressure perhaps. Malief though with a nice little flick. With Alexander Smith there, who's wearing the armband for Scotland. Smith, the diminutive number 14. He's got that low centre of gravity. He's got magic in those boots, certainly. Little twinkle toes. Now it's another move in from that left-hand side, and it's the opening goal, and what a beauty. The Scots lead, and that is some hit. A brilliant effort from Cole Burke of Kilmarnock. He almost scored a couple of minutes ago. That deflected effort was saved. Not this time. He's so menacing when he moves infield with scoring intent onto his right boot. Hit that one perfectly like an arrow. No chance for Zach Robinson this time. The super Scottish scorer is Cole Burke. Well, he hit it, and then Cole watched it roll into the goal. It is a fantastic strike from the number 11, worthy of taking the lead. And if you want a bit of symmetry rather, he scored just after at the 11-minute mark as well. Scotland's talented number 11, and he had served notice of his ability just previous to that. The first effort took a big touch off the defender, looped towards the corner, but that little loop allowed the keeper to make the save. But this time, with no touch, it went so quickly and lower that Robinson wasn't able to get that. Well, it has been a tale of early goals in these Victory Shield matches. In all three, we've had teams scoring in the early part of the first half. They're two 40-minute periods for these under-16 players, and Scotland will feel they've been good value. It's been the Cole Burke, Zach Robinson show. On the first occasion, Robinson made the save. On the second, he wasn't able to. Clutching at thin air as Burke arrowed one in. And yeah, it was very impressive ball striking indeed. And they're going to have to watch him, I think, for the rest of the game. How will Northern Ireland respond? The boots on the other foot now. They were the ones who broke the deadlock on Monday night against Wales. This time they find themselves in arrears. That was a risky, ambitious ball, and they've managed to get it back. Not the best of hits, but it's another effort on target. This time Jamie Hislop gathering the ball well, showed a robust determination to win the tackle. Then it opened up, and he'll perhaps be disappointed he didn't get more power or accuracy on the shot, but still Robinson has been by far the busier keeper. He's made 2 saves and seen the ball fly past him so far. Scotland fully meriting this lead, and in fairness they did play some good football against the Republic of Ireland. They were second best for a lot of it, and their keeper had a great game actually. Alistair Graham, who's on the bench. It's Patterson in goal for Scotland, who hasn't had much to do, but yeah, he made wonderful saves, did Graham, in the first game. Past the quarter-hour mark at a sunny Flint Town FC. Just offside, and it's been that sort of first 15 minutes or so for Northern Ireland. Not quite happening for them in the opposing half of the pitch. Scott Hamilton it was, of Down High School, Downpatrick and Linfield, who just didn't time his run correctly. (1-0) Scotland. Always a good rivalry between all these countries, a healthy rivalry, and there's been a zip and a slickness, good series of passing and movement, of a little bit of sparkle as well from the Scots so far, and they have scored 1 and tested the keeper additionally. It'll fall in a bit of space for Luna. But it's James Grady, Scotland, with the upper hand. Aaron Casey, Foyle College and Derry City, trying to get moving down the right, but it's back with the side who opened the scoring a few minutes ago. Malif looks capable of adding to the goal, but he was dealt with in commanding fashion by Jayden Charnley, the captain of Northern Ireland today, of Ballyclare Secondary and Glentoran. Cole Burke, the goal taker, the headline maker, the deadlock breaker. This time he's going to play in the corner kick, and he whipped it nice. He's got some right boot on him. And he's the type of player clearly who plays on the left and has the main threat when he comes in field. This time he struck it so crisply, didn't he? Swerving one menacingly into the box. Minimal back lift, just terrific technique from Burke. It was repelled by the Northern Ireland rearguard that time. Just eludes Malif this time. The floated ball by Glasgow, but you know, considering the changes have been made by Scotland, they have come out and they've shown a togetherness and organisation, and also they're working like Trojans off the ball. Case in point there as Glasgow won it back, but it breaks for Matthew Burns. Burns dropping deep, the number 8. That didn't go out of play, and now he's tried to switch it. That was exemplary work from Burns, and now this is much better for Northern Ireland. Burns combining with Thompson and Coyle, but it ended up with nothing to show for their endeavour. excellent willingness to try and win the ball for his team from captain Alexander Smith. Throw-in taken by Williams, who's combined well with Burke on the left-hand side. Approaching the midway point of the first half in the Victory Shield 2023 at Flint Town FC. 1-0 to Scotland. If you joined us late live on YouTube, great to have you with us, and a really good goal from the Scottish number 11 Cole Burke. They want another, and Malif is offside. Yeah, he put his arm up there, he felt he'd worked it out the angles well, did Jayden Charnley, and he was absolutely right. It's been a fairly free-flowing contest so far. Well, one goal was enough to sink the Scots 2 days ago. They'll try and build on this advantage they've gained. They've rolled the sleeves up. They've produced some eye-catching, smooth, fluent football. Glasgow gets it back. Very comfortable with the ball at his feet, and this time he uses the help of Borland. Throw in for Cameron Williams to take. Into the second half of the first half. Great to see those Scotland flags draped over the railing. Everyone wrapped up warm, watching the action. And particularly the Scotland fans who will have enjoyed it so far, and they will have enjoyed the alertness and watchfulness of their keeper, Cameron Patterson, who raced off his goal line there to gather the ball. That was a little bit better from the green and whites, who are hoping to draw themselves level before not too long. Haven't really had too many clear openings though. It's Scotland who perhaps look more likely to add to their lead so far, but it can change quickly. Malif wins the ball well. Hislop sticking the boot in to no avail. Glasgow back for his keeper, Cameron Patterson, yet to really be tested, apart from that run off his goal line as he spotted the danger and was able to get to the ball without too much fuss. Quite happy to play the way out. Borland and Williams for Burke, I was going to say man of the moment, the youth of the moment, and you won't see many better strikes at this level than his goal, but the skipper leading by example. Charnley there, meeting it in firm, no-nonsense fashion to smash it over that building. Very pleasant part of the world, this. Wales delighted to be hosting the Victory Shield for 2023. And the host will be in action later. Oh, it's a good turn by Smith. And he's shown strength to win it as McAllister. Still going, tries his luck. And Charnley again, he's like a magnet to the ball at the moment, is the Northern Ireland number 5. It was actually Jamie Hislop who turned with the ball at his feet. It's another shot that was going in between the posts, but Charnley is really leading his team well here, the captain. He's made some very important interventions of late to prevent a larger deficit. 24th minute, most of the meaningful action has come inside the Northern Ireland half of the pitch. Caldwell waiting to take this throw in. Not sure whether we might have a little knock being addressed. The first real stoppage we've had in the game. A little bit of a conversation there going on between Jamie Hislop, who had that chance moments ago, and Jack Caldwell of Rangers, about to take this throw in. We can resume proceedings momentarily.
Come on, boy! Keep moving, keep playing! Yes,
approaching the 25-minute mark. Scotland 1-0 up. Malif versus Sharnley. Good tussle. And he just uses his strength to usher the pacey forward away. And Zach Robinson, who was powerless to prevent Cole Burke's low drive going past him, having made a very good save from the same player just a couple of moments before. KC and Coyle, but it's Alexander Smith again. Coyle showing industry there to recover possession. Northern Ireland's goal scorer from the other night, George Feeney, is on the bench, so they might call on him and one or two others later. Scotland hoping to double their advantage. That's a good diagonal ball, but he just straight offside this time. Cole Burke, whose excellent goal separates the sides. It was emphatic, it was clinical, it was oh so accurate with his right boot, and he's a very good keeper, Zach Robinson, so it had to be something special, and indeed it was, to get the better of him. Harry Moran smashing it forward. At least they've gained some territory. They'll hope to have a concentrated period of pressure when they can really ask a few questions and put the Scots onto the back foot. Good work in a tight spot by Northern Ireland as Coyle tries to get on the end of the pass from Atherton, who goes down. He's claiming it was a foul, but it's actually a corner. And Atherton needs to get in the game more, really. I thought he was outstanding with his creativity and running at the opposition on Monday evening. And he's frustrated not to get the decision there. I think it was just outside the box anyway, but no foul. He has got a corner, and we've witnessed his delivery before. It did lead to Feeney's goal to break the deadlock against the Welsh. This time, right wing, right corner. Atherton bends it in, and that's away on the volley, but comes back at them. And Glasgow can perhaps launch a counter-attack. Good pace and energy, but two challenges. First from Burns, and then from Captain Charnley, who does enjoy a crunching tackle, Charnley, and that's what you'd expect from a captain and centre-back. Very impressed with the attitude of both sets of players. Malif up against Charnley again. Charnley's won that battle so far. Malif attempting some trickery, and Alexander Smith wins it back. And now it's Cole Burke. They've got to make sure they don't let him get it onto his right for a shot, and they actually learnt their lesson there. They wouldn't allow him any space, and it spanned through nice and simply for Zach Robinson. Another high-quality game of international youth football in the Victory Shield. Let's have another look at that corner kick from Chris Atherton. Curled it over with his trusty right, and quite an acrobatic clearance actually, wasn't it, with the volleyed effort away. Burke, player of the match so far, with his dancing feet, his dribbling feet. He was running into a cul-de-sac there though. Good work again by the Scots. Another chance to see the run by Atherton. Oh, it's just lovely close control, that, isn't it? I mean, that is just so good to see from the number 7. Works it well with Coyle, and then he actually just having another look. Was he in the box or outside? He was in the box when he went down, but no suggestion of a penalty from the referee. Thompson, the number 19 of Belfast High and Linfield for Charnley. And now Harry Moran. Moran, hopeful ball forward, past the half-hour mark. Remember, the 2 halves of 40 minutes in the Victory Shield. So we've got the final quarter of the opening period to go, and here comes Atherton now, played in to the penalty area, tries the cutback, but good defending. Solid stuff from Hayden Borland to halt Atherton in his tracks. But he's growing as an influence as the half goes on, is Chris Atherton of St Patrick's Academy, Dungannon and Glenarvan. Atherton, high, hanging, asking the question. The header is 1-0. Attempted clearance didn't really come off, and Charnley tries to get it looping underneath the bar. Just didn't get enough dip on it though, and it goes above the target. That's better, and Charnley, who's made some vital contributions at the other end in defence, almost got his name on the score sheet. That's the best moment they've had, really, inevitably coming from Atherton's delivery from the right wing set piece. Here's Smith now. Smith, just ran away from him. Lost his concentration at the crucial moment. He looked to be in. It was hesitant defending initially, and Alexander Smith so nearly made the most of it. I think having got into the position, he'll be a little bit disappointed, will the skipper and number 14, that he didn't make more of it. It's really livening up, isn't it? Tend to go in lulls, don't they? They ebb and flow, these matches. Got to remember, a lot of these players, you know, they're not all fully grown yet. They're, you know, all under 16, so they've got to pace themselves. Here's Atherton, good running. Oh, that's a poor ball by his standards. He's looked an excellent technical player so far in this tournament, and he raced onto that, but he's played it straight into the arms of the grateful keeper, Cameron Patterson. But what a spell this is for Northern Ireland, last 5-10 minutes, and it's Atherton who's getting them back into this game down the right-hand side. Scotland were much the better team in the first 25 minutes, but Northern Ireland have had a nice purple patch here. As they'll learn, though, in their footballing lives, you've got to score in your good spells. Plenty for the viewing public and the members of staff and coaches to get their teeth into. An enjoyable game to watch live on YouTube on this Wednesday lunchtime in early November. Charnley for his central defensive partner, Harry Moran. Atherton's away again down the right. That's been the tale of this last 10 minutes. Has he won another corner? He has. Didn't lunge in Cameron Williams. He was careful not to commit the foul, but a chance for Charnley to get forward from the back. And so too, Harry Moran. Atherton with his educated right boot, but it wasn't educated enough on that occasion. He's got another chance from open play though, as that was cleared at the near post. Atherton tackled well, that's good defending. Really good stuff that by Aidan McCallion of Rangers, the number 17, and away. Possible breakaway, no. And the young player who scored the goal just couldn't keep that from dribbling over the perimeter of the pitch. But it's Cole Burke with his excellent strike just after 11 minutes, who's had the crucial say so far. Good play by Cameron Williams to propel the ball forward. Well, they have built up a head of steam of late, so Northern Ireland will hope to equalise before the break. McCallion for Burke. Gets it back from Smith. Cole Burke always looks ready to influence the game with the ball at his feet, and you can sense the excitement of the Scottish fans and coaches when he is able to really take it by the scruff of the neck. Final 5 of the first 40. Scotland will feel overall it's a fair reflection of the game, this score, but Northern Ireland have shown what they're capable of in the last few minutes, and it's Burke again. Well, he might have had a hat-trick from that sort of area, because either side of his goal he has hit shots in on his right, moving in from the left. He just has minimal backlift, he whips it, doesn't he? And that was comfortably saved. But it's been the most telling factor. It's been a half punctuated by those moments by Cole Burke. One of them was successful, 2 of them not. Charnley, the keeper Robinson, who's well out of his area here, playing as the extra outfield player. Tried a bit of a rugby tackle at Atherton. Williams for Smith, who just strokes the pass, doesn't he? Always looks good on the ball. Oh, he took that one in his stride superbly. Cole Burke, player of the half. Smith hasn't been far behind him in that respect, and he's won his team a corner. KC went over to handle that particular situation. Very eager to get forward from the back, Ewan Glasgow and Hayden Borland to lend their aerial prowess to this particular set-piece scenario. Burke on dead ball duty, he's got a goal, he wants an assist, swings it over towards the back post. Malif was challenging, so too was Xander McAllister of Motherwell, but he stretched and strained, couldn't quite get his boot to the ball. And here now is Malif with Smith to his right. And that's shepherded expertly behind. Very competent defending indeed from Jack Faluna. Charnley. And Burns. Charnley for Robinson. And KC wins the throw in, but are they going to have time to have one more scoring possibility in their bid, their mission to level things up before the break. Still right in the contest, Robinson. But Glasgow has given a classy performance at the back for Scotland, who know if they can keep a clean sheet here, they will get on the ball with a victory. And if they could win this and level up with the Republic of Ireland before they game later, it would certainly keep all the teams still right in with a chance of lifting the trophy come Saturday lunchtime. But Northern Ireland have other ideas. Back to Patterson and Borland. Atherton attempting to pick the pocket of Williams. Glasgow trying to get his team moving forward. Oh, he did really well there, did the Scotland's number 18, Hislop, Charnley, followed by Malif, but Charnley strong in possession, just ushers Malif away, used his body to good effect. Into stoppage time at the end of the first half here, and it's been a fascinating first half of football in the Victory Shield. It certainly feels like it's gone quickly at the time, and the crucial moment came from the right boot of Cole Burke, finding a way with an unerring drive past Zach Robinson. He had other shots from a similar sort of area as well, which the keeper saved. Northern Ireland had a nice little spell of their own not too long ago, with Atherton on the right at the heart of it, where they couldn't find that cutting edge in the final third. Glasgow for Borland and Williams in the closing seconds of an interesting first half of football. A little bit sloppy, and that was down to the hassling by the Irish off the ball. Coyle taking the throw in, trying to find Anderson. Glasgow for his keeper, who hasn't really had to make a save. Borland and Williams. And well, he was fouled twice there, both before the whistle and after the whistle. And the referee, no, that was a first one was just a normal foul, but then that was a little bit naughty from Christian Coyle when the decision had already been given. There is the half-time whistle. Scotland lead at the break. An excellent strike as well from Cole Burke, finding a way past Zach Robinson in the early stages of the game. They had additional chances. Burke was excellent. Northern Ireland came back into it as the half went on. All to play for, but it's Scotland with their noses in front in this Victory Shield clash. Scotland 1, Northern Ireland 0. And let's have a look at the highlights as Williams knocked the pass for Burke. Still had a lot to do here, but just glided infield. His shot took a big deflection, and that was an outstanding save from Robinson. But that was an indication of what was to come a little bit later on. Lovely pivot from the skipper, Alexander Smith, and the rest was all the work of Cole Burke. Running infield, challenge didn't come in quick enough, smashed it in towards goal, might have swerved slightly, and the number 11 illuminating this goal with a sparkling moment. Great individual goal from a popular scorer amongst his teammates, Cole Burke. Atherton looked good for Northern Ireland. He went down in the box, no foul given by the referee, Xander McAllister protested his innocence, and the official George Eaton decided not to give the penalty from the corner. Swung over, clearance made. The shot was driven back in by Jack Faluna, but cleared. So plenty to look forward to in the half-time period. We have the highlights from the Republic of Ireland's 1-0 win over Scotland on Monday and Wales's 1-1 draw with Northern Ireland, as well as an interview with a young Northern Ireland player who started the game on Monday and is on the bench this afternoon talking before the tournament, Noah McDonald.
I think it's an honour to represent your country for the Victory Shield. As growing up as a young boy who loves playing football, I think it's a dream come true to represent your country. It was unbelievable to get up, especially the year above, just to see the quality and like the opposition you're going to be playing against. It's a great learning experience, and it was very, very good to get the full game against Wales. It's very important. I think most international games Northern Ireland go into to see us as the underdogs, but I think if we keep improving, keep working hard, it may change. Yeah, anything can happen, but I believe we're a very strong side. Been working hard, boys are doing very well. I'm buzzing to go out, and I'm sure all the boys are buzzing just to go out and show them what we can do. I think we have a very good chance of winning it. I think I'll be very strong, since as we're training with each other week in, week out. We know each other, how we like to play, so I think it'll be very good. Yeah, I think it's very good, because from that we'll get an understanding of each other. They understand the players, how they act on and off the pitch, which builds a good relationship.
In it comes, well floated and headed in. Northern Ireland have the lead just past the quarter-hour mark. George Feeney with the header. The pride of Ashfield Boys High in Belfast and Glentoran. They'll be thrilled with him. The ball curled perfectly by Chris Atherton. And there was Feeney with the fine finish. And that is Fantasyland for Northern Ireland. The right boot of Chris Atherton and the head of George Feeney past Aidan Stokes. Wales 0, Northern Ireland 1. They're still capable of getting one, and it's a good ball in from Mlynarski. Will it break for him? Trying to wriggle his way through. Mlynarski for Wales scores! 1-1 in the 78th minute, and that is outstanding from Everton's Patrick Mlynarski. They worked it well from the right-hand side. The substitutes getting involved. Mlynarski took it in his stride, got away from two defenders. That's a brilliant individual goal. Action coming at you thick and fast in the Victory Shield. Neither team's going to be victorious here by the looks of it. Look for a long time as if Northern Ireland were going to get the win. But a late equaliser from Wales, another player with cramp. Louis Gardner's down, but here come Northern Ireland now, looking to eke out that late chance, but no.
10 seconds.
There is the final whistle. It finishes one apiece. Northern Ireland led through George Feeney's early header, had additional chances, but a brilliant late push from Wales led to the equaliser, taken expertly by Patrick Mlynarski, and they had further opportunities to win it, but Zach Robinson made the saves as it finishes level. Wales 1, Northern Ireland 1. For the Republic of Ireland, 3rd minute of the game. They've already had a very good opportunity to score. McGrath bends it in towards the near post and, well, not able to clear. And it's fired in. And that's the opening goal in the 3rd minute of the game. Goodness, Ogbonna hammering in from close range. It took a deflection. and the holders are up and running. They could have scored in the first minute. They have scored in the third. They weren't able to clear the corner kick properly. And goodness gracious, it's Ogbonna who breaks the deadlock for the Irish. They're 1-up on Scotland in the Victory Shield. Really good ball in. Wasn't dealt with at the near post by Jack Parr. The keeper tried to get it away, Alistair Graham, but Ogbonna was on hand to provide the finish. A final twist. Goodbrand closed down well by Finneran. Noonan and Killian Tollett of Galway United. Noonan, still Noonan, Tollett and Noonan again, gets the shot away, good save. Top goalkeeping by Alistair Graham, and if that is to be the final action of the game, it's fitting that it's a save from Alistair Graham, because he's been the reason the Republic of Ireland have only scored once. Noonan would definitely deserve a goal, almost scored in the first half. He nearly bagged one there, but for the agility and shot-stopping prowess of Alistair Graham, who looks a real one for the future. 11th minute of additional time. If they remembered, it's 40 minutes each half. There is the final whistle. The Republic of Ireland, the holders, kick off with a victory in the 2023 Victory Shield. They had to work for it, but it's the goal scored in the 3rd minute of the game. Goodness of Bonner's deflected effort that separates the sides. They could have had more. Scotland almost got one in stoppage time to level, but it's a narrow win for the reigning champions, who've seen off the Scots by 1-0. The closing handshakes at the end of the fixture was played in great spirit, maximum commitment from both sets of players, and here are the highlights. Wasn't cleared at the near post in the early stages, and driven in, might have taken a little touch of Sam Stewart, who was grinning and celebrating. The players are back out then for the second half of this Victory Shield clash. Subs being made, as is often the case, just to freshen things up at the break. You can see Scotland's Jacob Donnelly, who skippered the team in the first game, coming on, and he'll hope to help them to victory. They are leading by a 1-0 at half-time, and the referee George Eaton, assisted by Tom Fox and Jacob Graham, and the fourth official Tom Swift, can get us back underway very shortly. On he comes then, Jacob Donnelly of Celtic, in to stiffen that midfield, and you wonder whether he's replaced Alexander Smith, actually, who was wearing the armband in the first half. Cole Burke is definitely still out there, as is Malif, and also coming on for the Scots, Taylor Hogarth, who we saw in the first game. That was a losing experience by 1-0. On this occasion, they lead by that scoreline, as the Northern Irish straight away at the beginning of this second half. You wonder what would have been said to their players at the break. They're still in with a chance of getting a result, as Burke, who fired in just after 11 minutes in the first period to break the deadlock, knocked by Hogarth. And now Williams, sun shining nice and bright, nice fresh breeze as well, at the home of Flint Town FC in Wales, who are hosting this year's tournament. Burke chasing that one, but it'll be allowed to run behind by the Northern Ireland defender Darren McCann. Casey touches for keeper Robinson, who did make big saves in the first half as well as conceding the goal. Williams with the throw, looking to link up with McCallion, and now Glasgow for his keeper Patterson, who didn't have too much to do, Patterson. But yeah, he's a quality defender is Williams, but he's lost that. Played by Coyle. And Hamilton. Challenge comes in. For Northern Ireland, Troy Savage is out there as well. So the two captains from the first game who started on the bench have both come on, interestingly, for the two countries here. Hislop cut out well by Coyle, who's been bright since the restart. Glenn McCourt. Could they create something here? Overcomes the cross. Brilliant from Williams to meet that one. Judged the flight perfectly. Savage. And still. Malif attempted a little flick. Didn't quite come off. And now Harry Allen of Carrickfergus Academy in Linfield. And here's Coyle. Hits it. Oh, he tried to deflect it in there. After the shot from Coyle did Scott Hamilton, just couldn't get the connection he wanted, and it comes through for Patterson in goal. But that's better for Northern Ireland. They've lost the ball here of the Scots and tried to play the angle. Boy, that was a really intelligent attempted pass actually by Harry Allen in towards Callum Thompson. I think most of the Scotland players were expecting him to shoot, as we were, but he nearly found the perfect pass. Really nice ingenuity and innovation there. Just wasn't able to execute his intention. Nearly 4 minutes gone, 2 halves of 40. This is the second of 3 matches for both countries. And, well, whatever was said to the Northern Ireland players at half-time seems to have had an effect, because they've had most of the play. They are the side who trail, though, to Cole Burke's goal. We've got the considerable talents of Wales and the Republic of Ireland to enjoy later. For now, live on YouTube, it's Scotland and Northern Ireland, and the latter are showing signs that they're determined to draw themselves level. Well, it's good work again. Held it up expertly, did Scott Hamilton. Then the shot wasn't effective. Savage having entered the fray just to add some bite and some extra zest to this Northern Ireland midfield. And now it's with Burke. Oh, he's done it again, and this has been the big aspect of the game, really. Burke moving in from the left and getting ready to shoot with his right. He wasn't able to get it away on that occasion. Maybe they've learnt their lessons from his technique and his approach, which has borne fruit in the game so far. But every time he gets it, you can just sense he has an idea of getting a shot away, Burke. And have they just weathered that spell of pressure? We've had a flurry of substitutions, and that has changed the picture as the run made by Glenn McCourt, but cut out by Jacob Donnelly with that long flowing hair. And he's come in to skipper the side for Alexander Smith. Had a good game on Monday And they'll be more than pleased with their current situation. 1 goal to the good, netted by Burke in the first period. Thompson goes down. Was there a foul? Yes, says the referee. Thompson brought down, and Northern Ireland have a penalty. Callum Thompson was persistent there, good on the ball, drew the challenge. Northern Ireland have a golden chance to restore parity in this one. Let's have a look at it. Was it a foul? Well, he went in, a little bit clumsy perhaps. Jack Caldwell, the Scotland number 20, with the challenge. Here's the penalty, and what a spot kick that is. Emphatic, unerring from Scott Hamilton, makes it 1-1. That's how to take a 12-yarder. He kisses the ball in celebration, and he should be kissing his boots, because that was no nonsense, never in doubt from the number 18, Scott Hamilton, firing it powerfully into the back of the net. Game on at Flint Town FC in the Victory Shield. Scotland 1, Northern Ireland 1. And weren't too many complaints from the Scotland players about the award of the penalty either. And Hamilton said thank you very much, but he'll be saying a big thank you to Callum Thompson as well, whose skill and endeavour led to the award of the spot kick by the referee George Eaton. 48 gone, and Northern Ireland have been rewarded by the way they'd come out in the second half, and their coaches Chris Lindsay and Andy Waterworth will be absolutely ecstatic that their words of encouragement and no doubt the odd tactical tweak have worked wonders. The players have listened to them, they've executed the game plan, and now the outcome of this game is anyone's guess. From a Scottish point of view, they've just got to remember what got them into the ascendancy in the first place, but maybe it's a case of Northern Ireland adapting better to the changes that were made at half-time than their opponents. But yeah, their number one policy has been to get it to Cole Burke on the left and then for him to work his magic. But they perhaps might need to be more varied in how they apply themselves as they look to go into the lead for a second time in the game. But it's on as even, this one very much in the balance with just over half an hour to go. Tracking back well is the ever-willing Jack Caldwell, but the Irish emerge with it once again. Hamilton, the scorer from the spot. It's been a very different game since we got back underway. Savage has played his part. Williams works out the angle, and now Burke's away, and that has spelt danger for Northern Ireland in this game. But I just think they're more alert to what he's got. They're closing him down better. That's the second time that's happened, actually, in the second half, that Burke's had it in a dangerous place and they've closed him down well. Just looking to galvanise now, make sure they don't concede another one. The Scots rocked back by that equaliser. Oh, they've given it away. The keeper closed down. Hesitancy at the back, and it's Scott Hamilton again. They turned a deficit into an advantage. He scored from the spot, and now he makes the most of the error. You could argue he caused the error. He was persistent, working hard off the ball. Scott Hamilton take a bow, but what was the Scotland defence thinking of there? Hamilton was alert to the situation. Keeper tried to control it, failed to do so. Disappointment for Cameron Patterson, delight for Scott Hamilton. He's bagged a brace. Northern Ireland have turned the tables on their Scottish counterparts. Scotland 1, Northern Ireland 2. Take a bow. Scott Hamilton against the Scots. And well, I mean, it still took some finishing that from Hamilton. But yeah, it was a sort of ground wish it'd swallow you up moment for Cameron Patterson, I'm afraid. And here they come again. Well, what a different half this has been. Northern Ireland all over Scotland. They've won a free kick now, so they might have a chance to make it 3-1. Wise words before from Noah McDonald. We saw the interview at half-time talking about the fact they were buzzing to play in the tournament. He thought they were good enough to win it, and they've been good enough, his teammates, to turn this one round. And it's a free kick, and he wants a hat-trick here, Hamilton. He's desperate to take it, isn't he? Having scored a penalty and one from open play. And you wouldn't bet against him finding the back of the net. He's the player of the hour. He's stepped forward and he seized this game by the scruff of the neck, taken the initiative. He's scored a penalty, one from open play. Now it's a set piece and it's just wide, so close to the match ball. That would have been a quick fire hat-trick. Keeper wasn't getting there, but was very, very grateful to see that one travel wide of the post, as he's had a tough few minutes as Cameron Patterson in goal for Scotland. Well, they don't know what's hit them, Scotland. I'll tell you what's hit them. It's Northern Ireland's pacey, powerful, well-organised comeback. Coyle. And that's out for a corner. They've been at 6s and 7s when they were so comfortable in the first half, the Scottish rearguard. And they'll think, right, we've got to make sure we don't concede a third. They have to just take their medicine, accept that they've been second best since the restart, and see if they can find a way back into it.
Good delivery, Hazard. Hey, attack it! Attack it!
Right wing corner, but it just curled out of play, so a bit wasteful from the set piece. Just forget about it is the advice, good advice from the coaches. If something goes wrong, you just got to get it out of your mind, go again, learn from it, and look to the future. That's a good life lesson for these youngsters, I think. By all means, learn from the errors of the past, but look forward to the present and future with optimism. What an opening quarter and out of the second period for Northern Ireland. Burke, whose goal seems a long time ago now, while the two number 6s, the two captains, and it's Troy Savage who won through there for Hamilton. Well, down High School, down Patrick and Linfield would be oozing with pride for Scott Hamilton. Outstanding from him. So we have a substitution, and we are used to seeing several of those take place in the course of the second half. We had plenty at the beginning, and it's Burke who's gone off. Not as effective in the second half as he was in the first, in scoring the only goal of that opening 40. But they found a way to handle him, and the best way actually. Not only did they snuff out a couple of his moments, they also haven't allowed him as much of the ball. KC upfield on the volley. Hamilton was playing full of swagger and confidence after his 2 goals. No one's happy as Hamilton right now. Donnelly. And they've introduced Oliver Goodbrand of Rangers, who had a good game in the first match and nearly grabbed a late equaliser on Monday. Can he repeat the impacts with a little bit more success, I wonder? Northern Ireland on the ball, Hamilton, Silky. They've been a team revived, rejuvenated since the break. Northern Ireland, they're going to have to do some defending here though, with Teasdale running at them, but Darren McCann is over, the covering defender. A decisive challenge. Well, the goal count's increasing gradually as the games take on. We had 1 in the first on Monday, 2 in the second, a 1-1 draw, and now 3 in this one. So perhaps we should expect 4 in the game later to continue the mathematical trend. But I wouldn't rule out further goals in this one, the way the second half has been played particularly. Now, the Scots, it's their turn to play catch-up with Taylor Hogarth carrying the ball, but they're having to explore every avenue. McCallion and Donnelly for Glasgow. And now with Lewis Carroll, who's come on to stiffen their centre of defence. Donnelly brought the ball down well, and he whips a low cross in. KC goes over. Goodbrand was waiting. Brilliant work by Donnelly, showing leadership and ability, and he's won his team a corner. Which way will the pendulum swing next, I wonder? Taylor Hogarth with the corner kick. Right wing, left boot, Hogarth, but he can't beat the near post. Hogarth with a throw this time for Caldwell, and Glasgow under pressure but wins through, with Glenn McCourt making himself a nuisance. Now turned away by Williams. They want a third, Northern Ireland. There'll be no letter, trying to maintain their focus and intensity. Donnelly just got the ball stuck under his feet, and now with McCourt, Glenn McCourt, but he won the ball well, did Carroll. He's out of position now though. Coyle, and it's punched away by the keeper, Harry Allen, with the curving cross, and he got enough on it. Cameron Patterson with the gloves. Now here they come again with Hogarth into the feet. And away. McCallion involved in that attempted attack for Scotland. Past the hour mark then. So they've only got a quarter of this contest remaining. Remember, it's 2 halves of 40 minutes in this international under-16 tournament. The Victory Shield. Northern Ireland, who drew their first game, are they going to make it 4 points from a possible 6? Scotland, well, they're staring at 2 defeats, and they led for a large chunk of time in this game as well, but Scott Hamilton double. First of all, he converted a penalty and then moments afterwards made the most of some poor defending. The keeper unable to control a back pass and in-stole Hamilton. Little stoppage in play. A high quality under 16 game this. As things stand, Northern Ireland will go above the Republic of Ireland into top spot, with the Republic on 3 points after their win over Scotland in the first game. So this would rule out Scotland's chances of winning the Victory Shield if this scoreline stayed the same and they suffer back-to-back defeats. Oh, they've lost out here. And Hamilton always willing to latch on to a lapse. Glasgow gets there first this time. Malif for Williams. Glasgow. Charmed life led at times by Scotland in the second half as well, as Williams gathers from Glasgow, and now Malif. Williams again, and Hogarth, but Casey is over, doing a good job in the Northern Ireland rearguard, the number 21 for Northern Ireland, Aaron Casey. Well, they've hit them with a second half double whammy. The golden boots of Scott Hamilton. Is that going to prove the difference? Certainly the disappointment, I think, from Scotland's point of view will be they were goals that could have been avoided. Lack of communication between defender and keeper for the second, and the first was a penalty conceded. Now it's with Malif, but too high, and wasn't able to get the connection. He puts his hand up to his teammates as if to say, I'll do better next time, chaps. The flower of Scotland became the power of Scotland in the first half. Cole Burke with a decent drive to make it 1-0. Could have had more goals, but Northern Ireland hung in there, had a good little spell towards the end of the first half, and I think that just changed the balance of power a little bit in the game, and they were able to build on that in the early part of the second half with a telling contribution from Scott Hamilton.
Come on, Fino!
Applause for him. Come on, Fino. So I think that would suggest that George Feeney, who was the scorer in their first game, has come on, and he's not a bad I mean, I know Hamilton's done well. He's not going to get a chance to score his hat-trick, which will disappoint him, but it definitely doesn't weaken them, bringing Feeney on. He scored with a super header from Chris Atherton's cross against Wales. And Northern Ireland could easily be talking about being on course for 2 straight wins, given they led Wales for so long and conceded a late equaliser. Glasgow for Goodbrand into the final quarter of an hour, and now good challenge comes in. Northern Ireland are claiming it's a goal kick, and it is. Good defending by Darren McCann. He shouted out as if he'd scored a goal there, winning the goal kick, because Scotland felt it came off him and not Fletcher Boyd, who's come on as well. So it's a new look Scotland attack. Darren McCann. looks a tenacious competitor. Coyle. Not able to control that time. Glasgow, who was so assured in the first half, but they've been really under the cosh in the second. But both goal scorers are off. Burke having been replaced by Scotland, and Hamilton, the 2-goal hero for Northern Ireland, having gone off. Step forward another headline maker perhaps. Whipped in by McCann. Troy Savage looking to lead his team to glory. Combines with Allen, who's played his part. Charnley. And now Feeney. Here he is, Feeney. Tight angle, keeper did well that time. Made himself large, and the on-rushing Cameron Patterson did what he had to do to thwart George Feeney, fresh off the bench, looking to make it 2 goals in 2 matches for him in the Victory Shield. You can see the wind in the trees behind the goal. It's been a freshening breeze. Good header by Glasgow. Anderson. Donnelly challenging away. Can he provide the motivation and inspiration required for Scotland? They might concede a third here. Feeney lets it run, and he's out and made a good save. There's Patterson, this time to frustrate Glenn McCourt, who thought he was about to give them some breathing space. A third goal would surely settle the issue for Northern Ireland, but a good little spell, because you'd understand his confidence being a little bit fragile, Cameron Patterson, especially with what happened with the second goal, but actually he's made 2 impressive contributions in recent moments. He'll feel a little better about life. Away by Carroll. Played just behind Taylor Hogarth. And Northern Ireland in the box seats. Jack Caldwell couldn't keep that one in play. And they don't have to force the issue now, of course, having got their tails up and their noses in front. Northern Ireland, they're quite content just to draw fouls like that, just to disrupt any likely rhythm for the Scots, and they can just squeeze the energy out of the game. But I do think they'll want to continue to be positive and to try and get the third goal. That might be the best way of defending this lead. Goodbrand. He's been bright, lively since entering the fray. Williams is on the overlap, but he's gone the other way. And then it was too difficult to play it for the advancing fullback. Feeney has made an impressive peeling run. He's up against Glasgow here. George Feeney pivots for Allen. First time, but easily pounched by Patterson, like picking apples off a tree. McCallion. Goodbrand dropping deep to try and influence, try and instigate. Who's going to play the role of master of ceremonies? Who's really going to start pulling the strings, I wonder, for the Scots? Maybe it will be Goodbrand, who's in an unlikely left-back position, the forward. Glasgow for Carroll. Well, they've got 9 minutes plus stoppage time, Scotland. I mean,
Stay,
it would be very harsh on them to lose both games, but that might happen. Great opportunism here from Callum Thompson, who's caught the eye. Yes, Hamilton will get the headlines for the 2 goals, but actually the forward line of Northern Ireland in this second half, the subs and the starters, they've all played prominent roles and contributed to this response to going behind in the first half, as that one clears the stands. Remember, this is the first game of 2 today in the evening match. Hosts Wales back in action against Victory Shield holders and winners from the first game, hoping to retain their trophy, the Republic of Ireland. That should be a cracker. Caldwell throws short for Donnelly. Glasgow. Quality. Calm in trying circumstances. Williams, the good brand, who's popped up on the left quite a bit. This is better from Scotland. Are they just preparing themselves for one big final push? Throw in for Northern Ireland. You would expect Scotland to have a spell. As long as they're only 1 behind, they'll believe there's every chance of getting a result. It would be rough on them if they were to lose both matches, having been, in fact, that's been an aspect so far as to how close the encounters have been. Every one of the 3 so far. Very little to choose between the teams, which is a tribute to the players and the coaches. The one main thing you want from tournaments like this is to see not only entertaining games, but also matches that could go either way, and they have ebbed and flowed throughout the course of the contests. But it's Northern Ireland sitting pretty, if not necessarily completely comfortably, if you see what I mean. They're only 2-1 ahead, but certainly if you'd offered them that scoreline at half-time, they would have taken it. Here's Coyle. Goodbrand. 6 to go. It's the Scotland number 9. Williams. He's had a good game, the number 3, the left full-back. Oh, here goes Feeney. He's got in front of Glasgow. It could be 3-1, the substitute. Feeney, great defending. Or was it? No! Thought he made the challenge, and he's conceded a penalty. Well, he was too willing to atone for his error, wasn't he? And, oh, that's tough for Ewan Glasgow. Thought he'd time the challenge, but he's taken the man first. And the sub, George Feeney, brought down, and I think he's going to take the resulting penalty for the Northern Ireland number 9. Let's have another quick look at the challenge as he prepares to take the spot kick. Feeney got away from Glasgow, who was desperate to make up for his error, but he made the foul, and he saved it. Brilliant stuff from the keeper. Feeney is denied from the spot, having won the penalty, drawing the foul from Glasgow. But a great save from Cameron Patterson keeps his team in the game. Feeney looking to make it 2 goals in 2 games for him. Hit it crisply enough, but he guessed the right way, and low to his right, the goalkeeper Cameron Patterson, who was at fault for the second goal, makes up for it with a very good stop. Is that a turning point? Scotland up the other end. Great defending from KC. Oh, this is action-packed, it really is. How often do you see that? Keeper makes a save at one end and there's a goal at the other. Great ball forward for Joseph Teasdale. Almost made himself a hero, but Well, not only do saves win matches and goals, also tackles like that win matches, but it's a header and they're level. What a game this is proving. It's 2-2. Joseph Teasdale for Scotland with a clever header with 4 minutes to go. The cross from the left, got in front of the keeper. A fine close range header. This is a fantastic game of Victory Shield football. And what a turning point. The penalty save from Cameron Patterson to deny Feeney. Up the other end, Scotland make it 2-2 through Teasdale. Sensational drama. Well, that really was a remarkable passage of play. And you have to give credit to Scotland. That's Braveheart levels of tenacity. The young William Wallaces. The battlefield, Flint Town FC in Wales. Joseph Teasdale. Very alert actually to get in front of the keeper. Well, this has been one of the best games I've seen this season at any level. It's had literally everything. It's had the odd mistake, penalties, well taken goals, and still we're not sure who's going to win it. But the way it's gone, you'd almost expect someone to grab a late winner. I actually think a draw would be a fair outcome, but football isn't always fair, is it? As it's another part of the learning curve for these young players. Teasdale! Well, we thought Hamilton was going to be the hero, but Teasdale wants a second goal of his own for Scotland. He's won a free kick. He's been brilliant in the last few minutes, Joseph Teasdale, and he it was who nearly scored before his header, actually. Free kick for Scotland. It's going to be taken by Fletcher Boyd. 90 seconds to go plus stoppage time. Have they got a winner up their sleeves? Brilliant theatre, enthralling drama in the Victory Shield. This has been the best game so far. Here it comes, right-footed. Good header away. Final minute of the 80. Remember, 2 halves of 40 minutes. Feeney, who won a penalty, but his 12-yarder was saved before Scotland's equaliser. But Feeney is determined to get himself a goal. And yeah, it'll be tough for him at the final whistle if it stays like this, but that's the way it can go. You still have to give him credit for winning the penalty initially with his determination. Forward by Donnelly. Teasdale. Boyd. Is Goodbrand going to keep this in play? He is. Goodbrand does well. Excellent play from him, but then the challenge comes in. Corner. Stoppage time reached. It's all Scotland at the moment. They started the brighter, went ahead. Northern Ireland had a good spell after half-time, but Scotland finishing the stronger. In it comes from the left wing. It's another good one. This time at the back post, it's Goodbrand, but brilliant defending by Darren McCann. And forward come Northern Ireland, both teams going for the win. Foul by the Scotland keeper. Jacob Donnelly took one for the team there, knew what he was doing. He's got a card to match the colour of his armband. It's been captivating stuff, this, it really has. Here come Northern Ireland again. Donnelly, crucial challenge. Second minute of added time. Both teams going for the win. Teasdale, who scored Scotland's second just after his keeper saved a penalty. And it's going to be a free kick for Northern Ireland. Looks like we are going to finish level. It'll be a second successive draw for Northern Ireland. Scotland at least about to get on the board with 1 point, keeping their faint hopes alive of getting their hands on the trophy. Here comes Scotland again. Clattered clear. Glasgow assured defending for Patterson, at fault for the second goal, but he made a brilliant penalty save, and that launched the platform for the equalising goal. So he's gone from villain to hero as Cameron Patterson, the Scotland keeper. He's been through the full range, the full gamut of emotions. It's been a roller coaster ride, this second half particularly, for him and for everyone watching. Here's header, another good save by the keeper. Oh, it's brilliant from Patterson. What a performance. And I just think, having missed control to concede the second, his reaction has been wonderful. It really has. That was a good speared header. It was going inside the post, but Patterson saves. Danger hasn't gone. Corner comes in. I just think it's a lesson for any young keeper, isn't it? Patterson, he made an error, but boy has he responded. So impressed with him. And with all of the players out there, starters and subs, they put on a real spectacle, a real treat for us. Live on YouTube. Hats off to all the families, everyone who's helped prepare them for this game. Joy to watch this. Sure, Wales and Republic of Ireland will deliver the goods tonight as well. Look forward to that one. Maybe there's a twist, yet another twist in a story of several surprises. Bad challenge in there. We've had a few tasty ones fly in. A yellow card brandished towards, I think it's Aidan McCallion of Scotland. 5th minute of added time. Northern Ireland, can they get their noses back in front at the end? High, menacing, but cleared by Patterson for Goodbrand. There is the final whistle. What a fantastic game of football. It finishes all square. Scotland took an early lead through Cole Burke. Northern Ireland roared back at them through a Scott Hamilton double, won a penalty. Then they won another spot kick, which was saved from Feeney by Cameron Patterson, and went up the other end and scored the equaliser through Joseph Teasdale. They're the bare bones of it. Could have been more goals. Hats off to both sets of players. They have served up a real victory shield treat for us. 2-2. That was gripping drama of the highest order. And, well, we just need to catch our breath before the evening game now, I think. Goals, excitement, the odd error, it had everything. Here are the key moments from the game. In the first period, Cole Burke, always a threat, and having already had a chance, saved. This time he found a way to spear one past the keeper, and that was 1-0 to Scotland. But what a response early on in the second half from Northern Ireland. Challenge came in from Caldwell. Foul committed, and up stepped Scott Hamilton after Callum Thompson it was who was brought down. Hamilton made no mistake from the penalty spot, and then the defensive error. A pass back to the keeper, who decided to try and control it. Came at pace. You'd have to say the defender hit it with too much pace, and Hamilton was there, the fox in the box, to react well to the poor back pass from Lewis Carroll. And that was 2-1. And then Feeney came on for Hamilton and looked to continue his good work, drawing the challenge from Ewan Glasgow, who got man rather than ball, said the referee. Feeney, having won the pen, stepped up, scored in the first game but couldn't score in the second. Really good save that, and great character from the keeper Patterson, who had his pocket picked for the second goal and went up the other end, won a corner, and there was Teesdale in front of the Northern Ireland keeper Zach Robinson to score from close range. It finished 2-2, and that sets us up nicely for the second game. Republic of Ireland still lead the way. They play Wales later. Northern Ireland 2 points from 2 games, and Scotland prop up the standings, but have got onto the table with a point after their earlier defeat. We'll do it all again at 6 p.m. Wales up against Republic of Ireland, signing off from the lunchtime game, which didn't disappoint in terms of thrills and spills, as it finishes 2-2 between Northern Ireland and Scotland.